Hello, good afternoon. We are live on a Saturday afternoon. It is 2 6 p.m. We'll be answering questions as far as immigration is concerned. What are the topics that we'll be discussing tonight or this afternoon? We'll be discussing U visa, and we'll talk a little bit about qualifying crime. Then we will talk about VAWA. We will elaborate more on abuse. Okay. Then we can take questions. In the meantime, waiting people to join in. If you don't know me, my name is Bijoux.ngwanda, immigration lawyer here based in DC, family lawyer in DC. With immigration, we do work with individuals across the country and around the world because we're dealing with immigration law, right? And we're dealing with complex immigration cases. So before I go into questions, I have to, first of all, try to discuss the topics today. Today's topic, we're talking U visa and we're talking VAWA. We're going to define abuse, and we're going to talk about U visa in the context of qualifying crimes. What are the qualifying crimes that can be expected when somebody is applying for U visa? Because some people have been victims of crimes, but usually they don't know whether their crime is a qualifying crime for the purpose of U visa. And the good thing about U visa is the fact that you can claim it anytime, even if it has happened a long time ago. Really, there's no per se status of limitation when it comes to claiming U visa. Okay, let me share the screen with you first of all before we get into the subject. Share the screen here. So I'm sharing the screen here. You see, victim of criminal activities, U non-immigrant status. Okay, and then here we're talking about qualifying crimes. First of all, you have to know whether the crime is a qualifying crime, the crime that you claim of being victim of. If it's a qualifying crime, at that point you can go ahead and claim the U visa anytime, no status of limitation whatsoever. And the good thing again about U visa is, well, even if the person remember, when we talk about entry without inspections, sometimes people are inadmissible because of that. But when it comes in the context of U visa, even if you entered in the US without inspection, because it is in the best interest of this government to basically prosecute the crime or the person that is a criminal, then they can waive that unlawful entry for you. That's a good thing about U visa. And even now, what they're doing is that they are actually, after deciding that the case has met a prima facie determination, then you can get a work permit. Remember, a long time ago, people used to wait 4 years, 6 years before getting a law permit because they had to finish the case and get it approved. But now, the first determination of prima facie case, well, you can get a work permit, really. And that was something that Biden came with when he came into power. Okay, what are the qualifying crimes? We have abduction. Okay, we have abusive sexual contact. Somebody's harassing you, really in an abusive way. You can claim U visa. Blackmail, somebody blackmailing you, you can claim a U visa. Domestic violence. So you see, domestic violence here, you can claim U visa because sometimes people really, they like, maybe the time has passed for them to file for VAWA, and now they after the VAWA things, they can't file for VAWA, but they're victim of domestic violence. But they got a divorce, and 2 years has passed, they never file for VAWA, while they can claim U visa. You see how the U visa is really helpful in terms of in the context. Let's say, for example, somebody wanted to apply for VAWA because they were married to a U.S. citizen or lawful permanent resident, but they pretty much the time frame for applying has passed or lapsed without them knowing what they should have done. So now they're here, but they were victim of domestic violence on the U.S. territory. So they can claim U visa, okay? Extortion, false imprisonment, okay? False imprisonment, somebody putting you in their house without your consent. We know that. Female genital mutilation, felonious assault, fraud in foreign labor contracting. Really, some employer, they told you that they're gonna get your job, and you got here while it's not really the job that you thought it was going to be. It's this fraudulent activity going on, and you're victim of it. While you can apply for U visa. Hostage, incest, involuntary servitude. Really, this is like some type of slavery here. Kidnapping, manslaughter, murder, obstruction of justice, peonage, perjury, okay? Prostitution, rape, sexual assault, sexual exploitation, slave trade, stalking, overlook this one, torture, trafficking, witness tampering, unlawful criminal restraint, other related crimes, includes any similar activity where the element of the crime are substantially similar to what we have already cited here. Also includes attempt, conspiracy, solicitation to commit any of the above or related crime. Okay, so now we know who's eligible, right? You might be eligible for a U non-immigrant visa if you are the victim of a qualifying criminal activity. You have suffered substantial physical and mental abuse as a result, and you have information about the criminal activity. If you're under the age or unable to provide information due to disability, parent, guardian, next friend may possess the information about the crime on your behalf. Okay, you're helpful, and you're most likely going to be helpful for the investigation to happen, and the crime occur in the United States or violation of U.S. law, right? If you're not admissible, then you can apply for a waiver for it, right? So I really have to talk about this domestic violence, and sometimes the domestic violence happens even within people without documents. Like you marry somebody is undocumented, you are undocumented, but the person has committed domestic violence against your person, and you have suffered because of it. Well, you can claim a U visa, right? Because it's like you can't claim VAWA, but you can claim a U visa, victim of crimes. So I'm gonna stop sharing the screen here and go back here and see if we have questions. Start answering some of the questions and see. Sami Zimuri, hi, how are you? From Chicago. Hello from Chicago. What is the process of, this is Mr. Task. What is the process of a green card removal of condition, and will there be an interview or not? Yeah, there will be an interview for real. And then the process, well, basically you file for the form I-751. And then once they receive it, they process it, they call you for the interview. That's how it works. Hi, I'm in Florida. Hi, Reddy. How are you? Schmidt. Sorry. Hi, Schmidt. How are you? Singh says, hi, after I-1 360 approved, my VAWA was approved in November 21. I was in removal and my judge missed my removal. I just apply. When can I expect? Yeah, you just apply in February 2020. to sing. You have a long time to go for that, because remember, the green card application can take up to 12 months. You just have to check the status of your application, go to processing time, and you can check. Kish, I'm here for the people. Yeah, you're here for the people. We're all here for the people. What is your question? We're trying to take some questions today, and we were talking about U visa and how can somebody be qualified for U visa, and we are trying to define abuse in the context of VAWA, right? Because sometimes when people apply for VAWA, they do not know or really what is abuse. Okay, abuse can be battery. Okay, extreme cruelty. Abuse can be somebody threatening to withhold immigration paper, and somebody, hi, greeting from Connecticut. Hi, how are you? Landscaping LLC, long time. How are you? We're doing good here. We're trying to take some questions. We're talking about U visa and VAWA petitions, trying to define abuse. We were talking about, well, abuse really is, it can be battery, extreme cruelty, somebody trying to withhold immigration papers, threatening you to withdraw application, abandonment, and really abandonment, adultery, all that can be abuse, and abuse can be financial as well, mental, emotional, psychological, all that. So questions, we're taking some questions. We are at 12 minutes. We're taking some questions. If there's no questions at all, then I think we've done our job today. So we're taking questions. If you have a question, if somebody has a question, if you have a question, in the comment section. Okay, Joseph, I'm doing good. How are you? I'm good. Trying to answer take some questions today. If you have a question, please type it in the comments, because we already talked about U visa, VAWA petitions. So if you have a question, just type it in the comment so we can move along. If there's no questions, then we're gonna end here in 15 minutes, so we can hand it and just resume next time. Oh, sink, you came without inspection. Well, you do not need a waiver, because your green card is being approved based on VAWA. VAWA petitioners, they have that exceptions when it comes to entry without inspection. Really, you basically, the waiver, you can have a waiver, but it's going to get approved because you meet the exceptions when it comes to entry without inspection. Because VAWA petitioners, when it comes to entry without inspection, there's only 3 exceptions for VAWA petitioners, for victim of U visas, and for people with a petition that was approved before April 30th of 2001. Only 3 exceptions. Other people, they can just try the waiver and hope for the best. In your case, to be honest, even if you needed the waiver, it's going to get approved because you're part of the exception. But in my personal experience, you don't really need a waiver because you're part of the exception. You just have to explain it to them. Or you can just, on the day of the interview for your green card, if you have an interview, you can bring that waiver application with you and explain it to them. So, yep. Your VAWA petitioner, really, the exception applies to you when it comes to entry without inspection. So that's what it is. Any other question? That's a good question. Sing, SINGH. Wow, that's hard. But anyway, that's a good question, really. Um, Waiting for another question before we wrap up. If we don't have questions, we're gonna wrap up, and hopefully people have questions. They can just comment after this live session. I think that was it. But Saturday. Rita Henry, if you if you are F1 over state and won DV lottery, can it be processed? Now you're gonna have to, if you win a lottery, right? Can it be processed? Well, waiver applies because of that unlawful presence. You're gonna have to basically file with the waiver because of that unlawful presence. You know what I mean? Because the lottery basically is how do you call it? It's a way to get a green card, right? When somebody's outside of the US, or if somebody's inside of the US and they have some type of application pending, then it's easier for them to be processed. But if you overstay, you have some type of unlawful presence, then it becomes a little bit difficult. So waiver should apply. You gotta have you have to apply with a waiver. That's what I'm saying. So questions, please. Oh, why is the US not doing anything about the general backlog on USCIS? Why not employ? Um, yeah, Amy and E. So, what's going on with this backlog? But what happened is this director of USCIS had a plan, right? I believe last time we talked about it. We show you she has a plan. They're working on it. They're hiring. What that's what they said. They're hiring more people, but we don't know. To be honest, I don't know why they're not processing case faster. I want case to be processed faster, so possible but longer process. Yes, Rita Henry, yes, it is possible, but it's a long process. Yeah, it's a long process because of that unlawful presence. Monafat Joseph, you apply for TPS to us. Until now, I don't get it. What should I do now? First of all, you have to know the processing time of your TPS. Because when you apply for, there's two things, right? When you apply for TPS, I'm pretty sure you apply for the work permit too. If you look at the processing TPS, where it went for your TPS, and you look at the processing time. If the processing time has already passed, now look at your work permit processing time. So I don't know Joseph, where are you from? Can you type it in the comment? Because I can tell, because I know from people from Haiti, it can take up to 14 months because of the fact that they're still waiting for the work permit to be processed as well. So if you're from Haiti, you went to California, my friend, you have a long time to wait. Yes, Amy, God is watching them. They keep promising a lot but not doing. Yes, okay. Mona Fat, you're from Haiti. My friend, you're gonna have to wait for a long time because from Haiti, it goes to California Center, okay? For California, the TPS itself application says that it's within 4 to 7 months. However, the work permit is within 7 to 14 months. So if you apply in August 2021, right now they're only working work permit of January 2021. So you can see how far you. So pretty much it might happen until perhaps by the end of this year, if it really takes 14 months. If it takes less than 14, then maybe by July you might get it. So that's what the processing time for work permit is there, because you have the TPS application and the work permit, so they have to process everything. So it's taking between 7 to 14 months. So that's your answer right there. Yeah, it's a long time to wait. I know they can just hire more people and just, but they're not doing it. So, yep. I guess we don't have a lot of people watching. Maybe they come later with questions, but we're just gonna have to end here. And then it's Saturday. Hopefully you guys are going to get more questions, and just please post it in the comment. And please don't forget to people future really being placed on hold. And you can follow up with that with USCIS director, that lady, I forgot her name, but she posts a lot of things on USCIS as far as what they're doing for the backlog. So at least you can keep yourself updated on where they are, where they stand. Yes, ma'am. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. Please share, comment, please share. Amy, you need to be sharing my videos. Joseph, you need to be sharing my videos. Rita, you need to be sharing my videos. Please share, comment. Until next time, I guess. Thanks. Bye-bye.